Capricorn, I had to do a voiceover for the beginning of this reading because this is the most powerful reading I've done for you to date. So listen all the way to the end. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your reading, Capricorn. Capricorn, I want you to drop in the comment section below an emoji of what you are feeling right at this present moment in time. Remember, participation is important because it is an energy exchange. You show other people how you're feeling, you interact with the videos, and that way YouTube sees that this information that people are receiving is valuable. What we're going to do, we're going to be looking at our tarot cards, and we are going to be looking at our oracle cards as well. At the bottom of the deck, you're receiving the energies of the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands, the divine, is saying that it is important for you to understand that you are going to be breaking some barriers. You are going to be breaking some generational curses. You are going to be putting endings on scarcity that your bloodline has experienced for a long time. You are the chosen one who's meant to climb all the way up to the top of the mountain. So the divine is saying to you that there is going to be some breakthroughs that are going to be happening that allow a new beginning to start into your life, to start moving forward and leaving darkness, challenges, unhappiness behind. So the divine is saying, cry the tears that you have to cry, because crying is not a sign of weakness. If anything, crying is a sign of strength, because you have been strong for way too long. So let the emotions that need to flow, let them flow out of you, because the more you hold on to the emotions, the more they start causing illnesses, pain in your body. So the divine is saying, release what needs to be released. Let go of the emotions that need to be let go of, and break the chains and start shifting and moving into a new direction. Because the aces are indicating that there is something new that is wanting to manifest itself in your life. Capricorn, remember that these readings are general, okay? So take what is resonating with you, leave behind anything that is not for you. Personal readings are currently available on my website. Go in the description box below and reserve your space for a personal reading. We have our tarot cards on the table. You have one major arcana card that is here. The major arcana card is interesting because it is surrounded by two cards connected to emotions, and we spoke about emotions. I wasn't even paying attention to the cards that are on the table. I was just allowing the energies of the Ace of Wands to talk to me, just channeling in the messages. And now as I'm looking at the cards that is here, it is starting to make sense. So the energies of the King of Cups is here. Major arcana card of the Lovers card is here, as well as the Knight of Cups. So there's a lot of emotions that are here. And so remember what I told you. I told you that it is important for you to release, to let go. And our cards are saying the same thing. The divine is encouraging you to stand and to grow and to understand that emotional maturity is really important. So go and educate yourself, read books, okay? Listen to YouTube videos that are connected to growing emotionally, that allow you to see things differently, because the energies of the King of Cups is saying to you that there is something that you need to let go of, that is still holding you a prisoner on an emotional level, and you might not be aware of this. And this is why this reading started off with the energies of the Ace of Wands, and we saw the tears that were here, because the divine is saying that there is an emotion that is stuck within you, and it needs your attention. It needs to be released. And having emotional maturity helps you understand that healing your heart is important and crying is not a sign of weakness. The divine wants you to understand that the Lover's card being here, usually in tarot it's being way too much romanticized. But we are talking about you right now. We're not talking about romance. We're not talking about other people. The divine is focusing the energy on you right now. Because the person that you can change is you. Other people, you cannot change them. You can force them, you can beat them, you can do this and that to them, but they will not change. The power to change is within you, and change starts with you. And so this is what the divine wants you to understand. When you change something within, your experience on the outside starts to change. So the divine is saying, it is time for you to love yourself, to nurture yourself, to show up for yourself, to heal yourself. And once you are healed, once you feel nurtured and loved, this is when the people who reflect who you truly are on the inside start showing up in your life on the outside for you to experience. I want you to rewind or go back to that message and truly understand what the divine is saying to you, because the divine is saying that for some of you, you're praying, I want this lover to come in, I want my soulmate, I want my twin flame. I want. But the divine is saying that if you haven't healed, if you're still in pain, if you're still holding to pain in your heart and in your soul, and you are not able to look at that, to feel it, to release it, guess what's going to happen? You are going to attract the people who are going to trigger and poke at that pain until you do something about it. When you do something about it, you attract people who have healed, and they are here to now nurture you, to love you how you want to be loved, because you're coming to this relationship not looking for your other half, but understanding that you are already whole, you are already complete. And it is not someone else's duty, responsibility, or job to heal you, to nurture you, and to show up like that for you. You're coming in a relationship whole, and you're attracting the person who's also whole. Stop attracting my other half. Stop attracting half people. Attract whole people. And for those who have ears, listen and understand what the divine is trying to tell you. So the divine is saying, this is an inside job, Capricorn, that you are being encouraged to do. The bonds that are here, the chains that are keeping you stuck and repeating the same cycle over and over and over again, have to be broken, but they have to be broken by you. No one else can do this for you. And this is why the divine is almost giving you tough love to wake you up, so that you can break those karmic cycles and to go into 2023 with a different mindset. The Knight of Cups, you are romancing yourself. You are taking yourself out on dates. You are looking good and feeling good for you, not for someone else. You are doing the healing. You're writing yourself those love letters. You're showing up as how you want other people to show up for you in your life. You have to be the one who first shows up for you like that. And then that vortex starts to get activated. And now you fall into this hole of manifestation, into this portal of manifestation where you are now meeting like-minded people. I really hope, Capricorn, that I've really spelled everything out clearly for you so that there is no confusion. Bookmark this reading, save this reading, listen to it time and time again, and truly understand what the divine is talking to you about, because the chains have to be broken sometimes, but you can choose to stay stuck for as long as it's serving you. When it stops serving you, when you don't align with these energies anymore, the chains will break and fall and release you so that you can come and be who you truly are. The analogy that I am seeing in my mind, and I've told you this analogy before, is the analogy of the horse And sometimes it's an elephant, but the horse is here, the donkey even. When it's little, it is tied to something that is not even really that big. But at that moment, this horse is tied to a chair, and at the beginning, it's not powerful enough. And yes, it will pull, it will tug, it will fight, and it will try to do everything in its power to release itself, because it knows that there is something better out there rather than what is currently tied to. But it tries and tries and tries until eventually it stops trying and accepts its reality. And equally for you, the divine is saying that life has chained you to scarcity. Life has held you as a prisoner for so long, and you tried and you tried and you tried. You tried to start a business, it failed. You tried to go in relationships, they failed. You tried and tried different things and you were failing. Why were you failing? Because these failures were not meant to teach you that you are not great, but rather they were meant to show you where your weaknesses were, so that you went and built on those weaknesses and became powerful. Do you understand the message that is here? If you do, I want you to go in the comment section below and comment that flame, because I hope the flame within your soul is being ignited as you're listening to this reading. So the divine is saying to you, you started that business, you failed. You started another one, you failed. Whatever these failures are and how they play out in your life, because everyone who's listening to this reading has tried different things. So for me, I think I tried many, many businesses. I don't know how many. To a point where I think it was actually comical to some people who were watching me fail. And yes, people were vocal about saying, well, you know, you've tried. At least you tried. And it didn't work out. Why not just go and get a job? But something within me was saying, no. I know that deep down in my heart and in my soul, I wasn't created to be working for someone else. I know that I was meant to create my own empire. I know that. And when I go and get a job, something within me dies. I feel like I'm betraying the experience that I came to experience in this life. And so I'll quit and go and start again. And I'll go and fail again. And I remember my last job. It paid really well. I liked the people. Everything was good. But it felt like I was just accepting those golden handcuffs. It felt like I was that little donkey, that little horse or elephant that has grown up. But mentally, the chains were there. I had been conditioned mentally to accept that the only way to make money was to work for someone else. But deep down in my heart and in my soul, I knew I was bigger than that. So going back to the analogy of the horse fights and fights and fights. Go and even Google the image so that you can have that mental image. That image, I want it to be mentally imprinted on your mind so that whenever you're playing small, you remember that image. Go and type in elephant, plastic chair and see the images that come up so you can understand what I'm trying to say and why I'm emphasizing this message, because the divine is saying 2024 can be so much different for you, but you're playing small. So that little animal fights and fights, and eventually it accepts that, okay, this is my reality. But it grows and it becomes bigger. And because mentally it's been colonized, mentally it's been imprisoned, mentally it's been trained to play small, it doesn't make the calculation, it doesn't take the time to say, hang on a minute, surely I can break this now. Mentally, that mental training that it went through at its earliest stages now controls the rest of its life, now controls the rest of the reality that's around. So the divine is saying, for you, life has trained you, but it is up to you to realize that greatness was written for you, and it is up to you to go and break those chains and to understand that yes, you'll be entering uncharted waters, and yes, the challenges will be there, but you will keep on going. You will keep on going. Equally, as I kept on going and kept on going, and now I'm a multimillionaire, but that is not the point. The point is, don't give up, because if you truly believe that greatness was written for you, in your heart and in your soul, that fire, that reminder will be burning. But the more you keep on betraying yourself, that roaring fire eventually becomes a little flame that just reminds you every now and again and waits for you to pour petrol on there so that that inspiration gets ignited again. So the energies of the wands are about passion, fire, drive. Do you feel passionate? Are you fiery? Are you driven? In the morning when you get up in your life, and if you're not, why? And that answer can only come from you. And I know that sometimes we want life to just happen for us. Poof, you're a multimillionaire. But if you didn't go through the challenges, I'm telling you, as a millionaire, the challenges are even greater than when you have scarcity. You have bigger fish to contend with, bigger fish to fight with. And if you're not powerful enough, and if you didn't go through the training, you buckle down and you go back to your chains because you're comfortable being chained. So the divine is saying to you, the reason why you are watching this reading is not for me to boast of my status. No, it's for you to look at where you are giving up and asking yourself why you're giving up. And if something within you as you're listening to this reading is stirring, this is that moment where you need to realize that you have to go on a journey. You have to do something different, and you have to truly understand deep down into your heart and in your soul that the challenges are going to be strong. The more you climb that ladder, the bigger the challenge is. But at some point, you become so powerful that you can face any challenge head on, and it doesn't even faze you anymore. It's like going to the gym, and at the beginning you are lifting weights, and you go back home a couple of days later, your muscles are aching, you can't walk up the stairs, walking down the stairs is so painful, and it's so easy to give up. But you keep pushing, you keep going, and you keep getting stronger, that before you know it, you look back at the progress that you've made, and it's just incredible. It's like magic has happened. That's what magic is all about. That's what being an alchemist in your life is all about. So equally for me, yes, of course, having the status is amazing. But like I said, when you are in a bigger fish with sharks, you have to know how to protect yourself. You have to know how to deal with that situation and not be intimidated. I can show up in my power and deal with whoever, and they feel my presence just as you feel my presence, because I'm activating for you to feel that in a different way that you've never felt with before. If it's meeting a president, if it's meeting whoever, I am not fazed because I know that I'm equally powerful. No, ancestors say you are not equally powerful. You are more powerful. I know that I'm more powerful because I came from the ground. I tell you in a couple of readings before that I was born to a homeless mother, and my country was going through a war at the time. So imagine being homeless and going through a war at the time. And not only that, I was born 3 months premature. So life really made sure that all the cards, everything was stacked up against me. But I knew from a very young age that my experience was not going to be the same experience of the people around me. I knew that. And so as I went to work for different people, as I went to different situations, that voice, that resolve that I had as a child, I could not betray that. And this is what has led me to be a multimillionaire. And I'm repeating that again, not to flex, because at the end of the day, what do I have to gain anyway? But as a way to say that if you feel that within you, do not betray yourself. Go on the journey. Yes, it will be painful. Yes, there will be challenges. But when you get to the top, I am telling you, it is sweet up here. And there's not many people up here. So why are you fighting in a little fish pond that is overcrowded than going through the challenges that you need to go through and you get to the top? The funny thing is, it is true what they say, when you get to the top, you look down and you want to go back down and help other people. And this is the purpose of why I am still doing these tarot readings. You know, I told you before that I was going to stop doing tarot readings on the 31st of December. And so many of you in the thousands emailed and told me your stories of how you listened to my readings and how I helped you. And that inspired me to keep going. Because what is a life if you're not helping other people? So I hope in this reading, I've inspired you like no other reading to truly look at yourself. Look at where you are not happy and ignite that fire, okay? Save this reading. When you're feeling powerless, when you're feeling defeated, save this reading and it will empower you, because I truly believe I've showed up for you. There was something that you needed to hear. I've showed up to you like no other time. So beloved, if I did, and if you listened to this reading up to this point, I want you to comment in the comment section below the rose, okay? That rose emoji. I want you to comment that in the comment section below, because I want to see how many people actually watch this reading all the way to this point. So going forward, Capricorn, I am going to be making a new channel for you and transitioning to the new channel as well. This channel, the Tarot Diviner, is going to become more of a inspirational channel, but we'll talk about that at the right time. This reading has gone on for long enough. If you found value in this reading, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. And I think I forgot to tell you that we have our 12/12 portal candle magic ceremony that is going to be happening. And we are coming together, we're saying our prayers, we're doing our manifestations, because it is going to be connected to the 12th of December new moon, the last new moon of the year. So this is why it's a portal. It's important to plant your seeds of intention and all that good stuff. You know that by now, what I always say when it's the new moon. So go there. If you're wanting to be part of that new moon, plant your seeds of intention, okay? Reserve your space on the ceremony. Remember to write your petition, keeping it short and sweet, and sending your petition to me. And then once I've received that petition, I will then go forward and do the prayers, the cleansing, and everything else that I need to do. On that note, I'm trying to think anything else that I've forgotten. I was really just channeling the messages that I forgot to do, the things that I usually do. So yeah, I think that's it. See you in the next reading. It's a goodbye from me.